Hi, Jim McLaughlin from Cornerstone Farm Ventures. I want to talk with you today about knife sharpening. We get a lot of calls about dull knives and good knives and bad knives. We sell two different brands of knives. One is Forstner, which is made by Victorinox, and we know that name from the Swiss Army folks. It's made in Switzerland and one of the oldest knife manufacturers in Europe. And the other brand we sell is Dexter Russell, which is the oldest knife manufacturer in the U.S. These are good quality knives, and so the steel that those knives have are very, very good. The question is, how do I sharpen them and what do I do? So I want to explain something to you today about knives. First of all, what oftentimes happens, or what typically happens, is that there's a microscopic layer of fat that builds up on the knife every time you cut through flesh. This layer of fat actually blunts the knife, or appears to blunt the knife, because you cut 2 or 3 times and you can't seem to make any real good progress. Well, that fat layer needs to be removed, and the way we remove that is with what's called a sharpening steel or a honing steel. And I'm going to show you some different honing steels. And these are some different steels that are used to put an edge back on a knife. Now you notice this particular steel has a bit of a texture to it. That would be a sharpening steel. This particular steel, as you can see, is very, very smooth, and that would be a honing steel. This next steel is a diamond steel, and this actually has pieces of diamond embedded into this aluminum, and so it is for taking more material off. The difference in the three of these is that the honing steel will be used just to remove that fat. The sharpening steel will be used to remove a little bit of metal, where the diamond steel will be used to remove a lot of metal. We don't want to remove a lot of metal because that's going to shorten the life of the blade. So in our sharpening, all we want to do is to remove that layer of fat. If you've ever watched a butcher in action, they will make 2 or 3 cuts with the knife, and then they will move their knife blade against the steel. And I'm going to show you that in just a moment, how to go about doing that on the next video clip. So stand by and we'll take a look at it. So the way that you sharpen a knife, we have here a Victorinox knife, and we have a Dexter Russell steel. This is the smooth steel. So a butcher would have this on his belt or her belt, and would obviously have the knife in their hand. So every 2 or 3 cuts, draw the knife at approximately a 22 to 25 degree angle over the knife, the top and the bottom. Once or twice is all you need to do. And what that is going to do, it's going to take that layer of fat off of the knife and give you a new edge again. So periodically, even with the best knives in the world, you are going to have to send them out to be sharpened. We will be offering sharpening services here, so you can actually send your knives back to us, and we'll be sharpening them on a professional machine, and then we'll resend them out to you. I suggest you do this over the winter months so that your knives are all ready to go back for the first processing in the spring. So that's the basic way to take the fat off of a knife. If you want to use something more coarse, you're going to take more steel off, and that's not necessarily going to be advantageous. So that's the way to sharpen a knife, to keep it sharp, fresh out of the box, and good to go for you. As always, thanks for stopping by, and keep looking up.